Today's Sunday, still at this March the 19th, 2016, if I'm not wrong, is exactly this day. So suddenly, well and through this same day that I have 20 actually, this Sunday, I have done this video. If the chronology doesn't fail, I done it this morning, which were 20, March 20, forgive me please, Sunday. The clear of this, as we were discussing, and through the problems we go around, still the same situations seems to remaining and happening disasters all around naturally because of whenever we speak about feral character is exactly getting or dying for and making the best abomination for never to die if possible. Now, the clear fact of this is, I have done this video, your honors, you want I to tell you of this, like you already have known and were the whole of the day, like the whole before I've done, like now, saying that I will wrap down the video and just given that this all and making the same strategy of Asabar, on already we have it and we had it and we would prove it, that he will tell our chap making all around walking in the city and running to us. I were for about 16 kilometers away from the core of the degenerados, and mind control doesn't work that way, and I don't do altars of voodoo that they do and with me. Every one of them for making the supposed hero, Manska, Mansabat, and Bafor, that are Sodom and Gomorrah, pretending to be me. Now, the reality is, Kirchner's degeneration turn to saying that they will keep what I just on the video, the acknowledge and the criminology capacity and the reality, which we just spoken, and certain other that supposedly I would rob them. Clear fact on this all, you know, there were in the US, in New York City, in Washington DC, in Geneva, and trying to near Jerusalem, the bodies of this making Taylor chat for the sending as ever understanding which we were discussing and also were advanced and Vogmograms where the Hague were working about this all, making Taylor chat to trying to also hacking for corroborating what possibly to send here for the supposed criminologists that I would rob, and University of Buenos Aires and also University of DIC and UCA, Argentina, the Catholic, I would write to them and to the Ministry of Criminology and School, College of Criminology, Government of the Argentina, President of Argentina. Now sent the whole of the information and said, se lo sacamos. Made them the forgery stamped by any degenerado forense, with a pardon of you, saying, well, what does it mean and how it writes, what were the word, fogram, in Spanish. So the other one, the same term, and also for that have done mind control and profanation for, oh, how does it, and spelled on which, and oh, that's enough to me. That's they done it because if we know that, whatever invention about my person are the same class and making the same over. Further this, we've spoken about techniques. We're going to discuss techniques in another moment, if you want. And well, enjoy. Bless you so much. I hope it's been really good. And these are not the same, but classics here. The normal action toward the חיהעונלק is MASONERY. In we have been watching through this problem, and the core is exactly what you see here with this all the time. Murder, murder to possess, murder, murder to acquire, and acquire for they to play the superhero. For speech, money, fame and remaining and having a business and having a story over whatever to catch around and robbing and so suddenly with whatever the element Masonry, everybody makes a corporation and a corporation based off less humanity. So this class of sickness is nothing like we will ever chase permission given. While the problem in block MAFER is sensitive, dus mogelijk iemand hebben sporen van spas masel, spot de bestie, smarram, spahan. You know, met iemand hebben sporen van so sechish masel, en blavesam. In programma blijft met zeer resourcesim. Ben prima hebben volgens de EZ-XE-MOETAZIA zwart lessen. Bien hebben volgens met zeer respond blij dat met zeshoven. Gen geen meer vast bij dat zoals maar חיהעםלק lessen. Is met lekker hebben vereend zich dat het blijft meer over sporen is met wat sparka ratschanen lessen. En blij meer hebben resourcesim. So, there is a very recurrent elemental. We talk of EZ-XE-MOETAZIA for the cytology which criminology delivers into will be emphasized for the BIHQ'Xbahare, חיהעםlek, Systemeta mensvari sorry, the association which is cytometa misberstices, which is a very elemental morphologically implaced for, and I'm sorry for this weird positioning the right imbenskiv for what it is inside of the right placement, like implaced elemental for what as naturally comes the ambience. While and through, is so recurrently and natural, this class of elementally, dominion as element for mobile and mobile to purpose and purpose to confirm, and confirm at the core and core for proceed to suppress anyone, organizing with, is the klistasefa miar adoskar, which if we go to the reality of what it were the favorsu, so long ago, which history had a very print around this person, and with the Hunos situation that suddenly went around history, certain empire hitting another and making disasters all through whoever wanted only to be living and making hostess and trying to take like modern thing shares of peoples, of towns, of nations. Now while kleki mogre besparen die is so giespan like mikar robastat is so smaser. Galkuan Brabachman Sabakliki Mirabef for Rabesachel Masalin Galkumat Lechmian, but let's search for Sma Rababa Gimoramaspar, Lekimorabespar, Insoblekimorab Ferris, of the spats, Telsiram Barmaserish Matim. So Lekir Formater, Kimorabesmatli, so Shefim. Skobleki mogę befechłe givisos maren, spadle social, gemorę spachmaser. Entlatika respoja spitara, but lefman sekable sosti. Robteki mogę spora belbafes one social. Kiormati and vesof, the baram. All through this always happened in the middle of the disasters who opportunistically would ever provide for any class of elemental supposed klaachmigravisvasim further, if security or not, or any sure or insurance, well and through will be just making the element for training to and having an opportunistic, if the coin will ever be shiny at the other side of the line well and through, this will believe will ever be market for some merchandise to providing and making whatever the best ever payers. So the shletok ambrefomim, and what will be the normal instant for prostitutable reality of a person which no ever care about nothing but as a service for whatever, however, the inrotechmachal were even then and so before. Now, Bernhabespat. Bentlike morgenbesparrele visosarin oplek visocheshvat lefisasim. Bongrebe meer rabefegale visotla barre sochishvas masebaba. Gammarabefachmatsia blevesovive. Skoble der retachmanchal visoshmatiem plak orabespat. Salegimir retachmanchal visosarim spa. Ben Chomarvelis Manabechobashvat Lesimive. Speak like him, Gemores Matseve. Inlek Oravechvot Ivispad Lakim Oravetsospat Levismishkidika Terratosmatov. Selstipa Repavitiki at Anatsushem in Bochamapleve Bichardispanashkilianka and Aspatsush. Glamaravet Juashita Tebicherta Oravessasim. Intrament Lakim Oravetsochispat Bachnivasamave. At the referendum for MIATROEMATELOTESIC, now, Klimostesefeltica or Klimostesefeltex, Remoplevelisporafe, Matliges Monashli, and Barbefocalivisacide, Skiptical and Kelkibore, Bacadivismont, Schmotlek in Barabas, Lastishti, Ki Bigarenfassen, Staklintushlam. Bongrepachmansebli responsetsik. Anredacham, you have it. The whenever we talk about entity, you say not only which it means a being. You mean about what it means a group, community. You talk institution. You talk of how will be. At the animal zoo class is expressed also as pack, but colony or community, entity. The clear of the plek in Morevefechal Bikamer Ravespoglekischwasem also delimitates the plek in Morevefaglekischnotwanferan. Anslek die Ravespora spespat lakibat. Sneshmati Kambofechal Adaspo and Seshlak. So we say entity. Whenever we spoken, where the plagib of Masechish was bad. But at the point of anti-zeist, we are delivering the element of what it means, quality or virtue of or defect to providing at the reality of what element with normal will as capacity of reason, or even if not reason as we talk, like Sue or entomology or any other, but the clear of the PRMT for the psych capacity is one that has cognition, understanding, and proceeds as the reality of elemental, taking fragments for reason or reasoning. Animals takes fragments of reason, while the will is an element for with as normal, not for instincts, but the reasoning elemental as the being or entity proceeds like for living or proceeds about what normally survival. The man has reason. Now, Fombleki man and woman, the race human. Now, Fombleki Morevesachtin. Gollen bachbna'ğşımdışbahal bachbna'ğşımdışbahal kivisosim. Al חיהעונלק vispodshik la חיהעונלק Entity will be So, we say ave kul repofam baterom fisbatash. Secret, para-social, Mason over hidden bin revespocheshvasinim, making the element of bлекhamachlikishvim. It's not like a part of the world, and a part of the world just, I love natures, and I have my, I don't know, I like the thing of the fly on the nice swinging and the ice with soul romance and bлекhamachlikishvim, which we don't discuss about. Nothing to refer the taste of. What we provided information about what it were and the practice today, YNעןr, for the reason of this bлекhamachlikishvim. My God, no. Sorry. But okay, were a very nice fly on the smiling around and with nice eyes and the nice, very fancy winging around, whatever. Okay, the reality. Skelborim maspatlevisseshkavipiti. Soratikavakhaboatzimotlevetashelakodishta. Ropavem boharesmadedeskleki, arhavespatseshastivita. Soplekimoram atsevam. Eskodlekinarhaveseshafachmatzen. So suddenly, Vin revesporatachli kamarhavesechashesimoblevasam. Right? Skoblegimorhavesechidis vasechamaplevam, eskelegimorhavesechishpatachadechapatsti, anskelelchomaplegimasesher. In the mainnet of the crossed reason, there is the instant of cognition, and cognition delivers you into the elemental acknowledge while and through understanding what to proceed and what not. Anybody would, naturally. Foplekiimorhavespachad dijespatranari vismanashasivitvi. Rombaplekiimorhavespachad tishekleki veradachmonemaslepitashpataravesasplitishpe. And yes, everything is being watched. What they will prove, that I will rob them. The whole. I'm sorry for anyway. Skoblektin respachamats, shlenikar refohelevispatletishki.